Hello everyone, Crack here. Today we will see how strong are the DC superhero girls. No, 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 not those ones. Those ones suck. But those ones. Yeah, now we're talking. Get out of here, Akatsuki. Out of the way, Espada. I don't even want to talk to you, Justice League, because DC superhero girls would beat all of them combined.
So in this video I will talk about strength, speed, and at the end I'm going to talk about some of their hexes and abilities. So first of all, when it comes to strength, we see that Green Lantern can fight vines that are as big as buildings and even tank an explosion that later destroyed a building. Even characters like Harley Quinn and Batgirl, who are just normal humans, can tank explosions that destroy buildings. And the villains, who are comparable to the heroes because they fight them all the time, are able to create or tank explosions that are pretty big. Also, we see them being able to fight Starro multiple times, and as you can see, he can destroy city blocks with just a swing of his tentacle. We also see Supergirl being able to beat this giant thing with one punch and tank attack that created, this crater. And this crater is actually pretty decent sized. I would say as big as a building at the bare minimum. Other things we have is that Supergirl is able to punch the same monster she fought earlier into space, which is important. And she also does it with another character. This is important because if we look at OK Kyo, Let's Be Heroes, someone does a feat on a character way smaller and who weighs way less. And that feat is calculated to be only, I think, down level. So think about this as something that it should be more impressive. So Supergirl's regular punches should be actually comparable to something that can destroy a city like a nuke or something. We also see her being able to maintain the weight of a train, and Superman even maintain a train, like literally have it in his hand. Superman can also carry a giant tank of water, and Supergirl is able to catch up with a meteorite and even stop it. Superman, for example, can punch like sharks into like 50 meters away. And we also see a bunch of other feats from Supergirl. And it's important to mention both of them because, as we see, they scale to each other because they fight each other and they are relative. So that is actually a pretty important thing to think about, that every feat Superman has in this show, it's most likely comparable to Supergirl. Another thing that we need to establish is that Jessica Cruz and Hal Jordan are comparable as they fought each other, and actually at some point Hal even tries to blitz her, but he can't because she's fast enough to react. And Kilowog says that if it was anyone else except of Jessica, Hal would have lost, implying that Kilowog can beat Hal Jordan. But in the same time, when he tries to fight Jessica, when she tries just a little, she doesn't even try it here, but she still is able to beat Kilowog. So thinking like this, if she tries a little, she still is able to beat someone who beats Hal Jordan. But she usually doesn't try because she's a pacifist. We also see, for example, Green Lantern being able to punch away meteorites. And we see the fact that Superman, who, as I said earlier, is comparable to Supergirl, is able to tank this nuke explosion that is this size. And then I made some comparisons by the curvature of the moon, how big is the moon compared to the Earth, and how big is this explosion compared to the moon. And this explosion alone should be enough to blow away most, okay, not most, but a part of Florida, which in my opinion is actually pretty impressive. Meaning that someone like Superman easily can tank, even while weakened by kryptonite, city to maybe even country level explosions from a giant nuke. Another thing, we see that Supergirl survives and tanks this explosion, and she's actually pretty angry about it, but she looks badass, so I just want to include this thing in, to be honest. Another thing she tanks, speaking of explosions, is this giant one that you might say is not impressive, but it was a kryptonite-based explosion. And the kryptonite, as you know, it's the thing that she's weaker to. She's weak. The Superman and Supergirl and Kryptonians are weak to kryptonite, and she tanks it, and then she's okay in a matter of days, which is pretty impressive. She also punches a bizarre version of herself in the space, and then the bizarre version of herself is able to punch her back and shake literally the planet. Now, I'm not sure how strong that should be, but I assume it should be comparable to at least destroying a country, because moving the Earth from its position, it's something that I think is pretty hard. Because think about this, right? Superman and Superman the Animated Series is able to move a meteorite, and that feat alone is calculated to be city level. Now think about moving the whole planet. That should be at least somewhere around, I don't know, country to continental, maybe more. So I'm just saying she's actually very impressive, and obviously she tanked that hit that produced the moving of Earth. And just in general, she is comparable to the Bizarro version of herself, and actually they even do a final battle laser contest thing, and they're equal to each other. And this scene is just cool to watch, and it creates a giant explosion at the end. They're both, almost defeated, but I'm pretty sure Supergirl wins this encounter overall. We also see that Rightwire can create storms easily, thunderstorms, and this is important because we know that in My Hero, All Might is considered to be mountain level just because he was able to create a storm with his punches. Yeah, she doesn't literally create those thunderstorm clouds with her punches or whatever, but she still produces that amount of force with her, I guess, lightning abilities. So she should be at least, I would say, in the same category with All Might. Maybe, I don't know, maybe weaker, but she should be at least around city level for doing this. And then we see that she charges up, so she's stronger than before. She goes into the clouds and hits Supergirl again. By again, I mean 2 times. And Supergirl tanked those attacks 2 times. So, yeah, just saying, Supergirl's pretty tanky and pretty strong. Just overall, she's a beast. And actually, even all the DC Superhero girls were able to resist against Lightwire's lightning, even though she was powered by the whole city. So literally the whole city, more than she was powered off before. She creates this explosion thing, and DC Superhero girls are pretty okay. Even Crypto, who is Superman and Supergirl's dog, can create earthquakes just by shaking his foot on the ground, which is impressive. And also we see Supergirl being able to throw a ball so hard that it bounces off of Superman, it kills this dude, and then it goes into space and comes back. But what's important here is that it moves the moon. Now this is impressive because moving the moon from the orbit, it's actually something that requires continental to multi-continental amounts of energy. What do I mean by that? It means that Supergirl, with those like throwings, if she actually tried to do that with her punches instead of just throwing the ball, if she put that much force into just punching, she would actually be able to destroy like Asia. That's how strong she is. That's to give you a comparison of what I'm talking about. It's ludicrous. And by the way, listen to this bit.
This just in. An asteroid the size of Metropolis is headed for Metropolis. Who wrote this copy? Anyways, a really big asteroid is headed our way. All citizens are urged to take shelter immediately.
Looks like we've got a job to do. Let's go, Hal.
Okay, now this is how to put it. This meteorite is as big as Metropolis. Now Metropolis, as we know, is a city. So at the bare minimum, this meteorite should destroy Metropolis. But think about this, this meteorite is already the size of Metropolis. So how much destruction would this meteorite produce? I'm not actually sure. I'm really not. I don't know. But if I have to make a guess, it would probably most likely at least destroy most of United States. And if you ask me, it probably will destroy all of the east coast of the United States at the bare minimum, because even a football field sized meteor can destroy like London or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I might be though. And listen to this as well.
It's pretty cool. The book told me that tonight, a few minutes before midnight, a meteor will hit Metropolis. And not just any meteor either. We're talking death of the dinosaur stuff, an extinction level event.
So basically, yeah, that meteorite is comparable to the one that destroyed the dinosaurs, or ended the dinosaurs, whatever, killed the dinosaurs. That one, it's calculated to actually be, again, multi-continental, because basically it erased the whole like surface of the planet, mostly at least, and the DC superhero girls are able to destroy it. So yeah, even consistently they're able to deal with country and continental to multi-continental level threats, which I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, they probably are able to destroy continents and countries. When it comes to speed, they can react to lightning, and that happens actually multiple times. Sometimes they can't for some reason, but consistently they are shown to be able to react to lightning. And actually Supergirl is so fast that she not only can react to lightning, but she can go around, change her costume, then react to lightning again, like dodge lightning, right? She dodges lightning, changes her costume, like in a span of, like, the lightning doesn't even finish its course, right? And Supergirl already came back with her clothes changed. That's insane. She's also able to fly at very fast speeds. She's able to go from US to UK to Russia to Egypt in a matter of like literally seconds. Like, it's not even funny. She's fast as hell. Even Cyborg, who's like a 12-year-old, can jump into the space basically and jump down in a matter of seconds, and he's like a 12-year-old. He's not even like that strong of a superhero. And even Green Lantern is able to fly around the earth in seconds multiple times, and that makes him like 10% of the speed of light, if I'm not mistaken, or some crazy shit like that. Yeah, it's incredible basically. But the most important thing is that, as you can see, Supergirl's lasers from her eyes, whatever, they can refract or reflect off of mirrors, which means that they're light based. And we see characters in this show being able to dodge such beams multiple times. I'm pretty sure we see Zatanna doing it with her magic. We see the Flash doing it a bunch of times. Like, it's not even funny. He's not even trying to do it. He just does it because he's that gangsta. He does it like, I think, like 7 or 6 times. But something which is pretty funny is that the ice breath of Ursa is able to be faster than her light speed attacks, which means that the ice breath might be actually faster than lasers. And Zatanna's magic is light based, as it can also reflect off of things that can reflect, obviously. That's pretty obvious. And we see Supergirl, right, who we thought is comparable to Superman. But we see her when she's actually trying, that in the span of Superman just trying to punch someone, she can blitz from behind him from like 10 meters away and punch this monster before he can, right? And throw him into space. Superman, in that span, he couldn't even perceive Supergirl. He didn't even realize he wasn't him. That's how fast she is. So if she tries, she can actually blitz Superman, who should also be light speed. But the craziest thing in this show is something we call immeasurable speed. Yes, immeasurable speed. What does that mean? It means that it goes above the speed equation, which means that someone can be so fast that they go back or forward in time, because they're just that fast. They're just that good at running. And that's Flash. We see that Supergirl literally explains how this works, and she explains the fact that because Flash is so fast, he can go back in time. That gives him a measurable speed. He's above speed itself, in a way. Not really. But yeah, this is a speed beyond speed. It's just so crazy. And think about just how fast that is, that you can like go back in time from being fast. It's called immeasurable speed. Google it. I'm not gonna explain you what immeasurable speed is, like for real now. But yeah, basically it's going back or forward in time with sheer speed. That's what mainly means, if you didn't know. For more information, just Google it or something. But the funny part is that Supergirl laughs at the idea that someone like Flash or anyone would be fast enough to, match her.
Sheesh, racing me? Seriously?
And when it comes to abilities, Supergirl has, X-ray vision. Basically, she can see through walls and stuff. She even says it herself. She also can scan people with her X-ray vision, I suppose, because she literally scanned and knew the identities of people just by watching, looking at them, which is pretty crazy. She also has super hearing, as she was shown to be able to hear things happening literally miles away. And as I shown earlier, she has laser vision, laser eyes, whatever. And in this scene, she is fighting Bizarro version of herself. So she has ice breaths, laser vision, and she also can blow away enemies just by breathing, which is different from ice breaths. It's just wind breath, I don't know. But Zatanna, for example, is even above that, because she is able to literally teleport people with her magic in space. I guess that's space. I'm not sure if that's space. But yeah, it's crazy because she can just do that. No problem. And imagine if she does that in combat. That would be pretty impressive. And I don't know if you consider Katana one of the girls, but just so you know, she has this ability where she can take souls with her sword, and she can even do a sort of rebirth like Nagato in Naruto, by giving their souls back, which I think is just a cool scene. But if you consider Katana one of the girls, you can say, well, she can take the souls of people. And when it comes to other abilities, Bumblebee can shrink and grow back to her normal size, and she even has some lightning based attacks, I think. You have Zatanna, who has obviously a lot of magic abilities. I don't even want to get into them. Diana has super strength, and she has the lasso true, which obviously if you're wrapped around it, you need to tell the truth. Batgirl has a bunch of gadgets, and Zatanna has also the ability to shrink or transform herself in in different things. This is how strong are the DC superhero girls. So overall, in terms of strength and durability, they should be able to produce or tank attacks that are the equivalent of destroying countries, if not continents, or even multiple continents. When it comes to their speed, they're easily able to dodge lightning, and at their peak, they're able to dodge lasers, which are light speed. And someone like Flash and maybe Supergirl can even be attributed to have immeasurable speed, which is above speed itself in a way. Yeah, they are insane. And yes, they can beat Akatsuki, they can beat Espada, and they can beat Justice League. Not comic book Justice League, but the Justice League I'm showing on screen right now. So thank you for watching the video. See you next time. Bye.